Now this is kind of a response video to Bullet's video, since it seems like he's misinterpreted what I was trying to say in my last video, and a lot of other people misinterpreted what I said, and a lot of people misunderstood the meaning of the video. Now I wasn't mad about getting a game loss, that's not it. I was trying to prove a point, and I'm gonna break it down like this. I said certain people at our local that was elected by the local to be tournament organizer for the local, so that's part right there. Notice that. And I was then trying to say he's going to try and make the environment there more friendly and a better place to play at. Goes and gives a game loss at a 17 people local. So I was just trying to make a point. But since a lot of people are now, there's going around like 10 different versions of how it went down. So I'm gonna break it down as how it went down. Now, in round 3, I was playing Asian, and he was playing Light Sworn, and I was playing Insectors. Now I dropped Tragodia on him, and I stole his card trooper on my turn. And this was game 3. After exceeding with the Tragodia and the card trooper, I detached his card trooper and gave it back to him. But in the end of the match, his card trooper must have been really close to my banished pile, so I might have picked it up by then. So in round 4, when I'm playing Bulleht, and game 1, I have a pretty amazing hand, not gonna lie. I set Sangan, I set a back row, he summoned Thunder Kings, attacks into the Sangan, I don't get to search. The turn after, I summon Card Trooper, and he Solemn Warnings it. When I put it in the graveyard, I see that little marker on the little circular marker on Ultra Pro sleeves, so I know it is not mine. Since Asian was playing Ultra Pro white sleeves, all new, and I was playing Player's Choice white sleeves, all new, so when I was pile shuffling and all that, you couldn't see anything. You couldn't feel any difference on the sleeves while shuffling, but I could see that marker when I put it in the graveyard, and Bullet wouldn't have noticed, so I could just play on, but I'm not that kind of guy, so I say, you know what, I have Asian's card in my graveyard, and by then I know it's a game loss. Granted, it's 100% game loss, but the way he handled it is he's like, he goes like this. Well, you know, that's stacking right there, and I'm just go confront with Jacob that's a game loss. So that kind of made me mad. Also because he never got a secondary opinion. He only asked Jacob. So that's the reason. This is the version you should be, not all those other versions you have heard of this story. And it was never about the game loss. I know the game loss was 100% granted fairly. I was just trying to make a point, saying how at a 17 people local, which is fairly small for our local, and we are still playing 5 Swiss rounds, and Bullet lost his round 1 and 2 to decent players, I would say. Yeah, and so he had no chance at all to go into top 8. Since you lose both your round 1 and 2, you have no chance at all. I was playing him in round 4, and it kind of made me laugh inside when he won game 3, because how he goes on about our local being a much more friendly environment, and it should be a better place to play at than most other. And then he goes to give a game loss like that in a 17 people local. It's local, dude, for crying out loud. I know rules should be rules, but I could understand if it was a bigger local, or if it was any semi good tournament like that, a larger tournament, but alright, that is just you, and I'm gonna explain why. Now, I put you out there in a childish way, and I shouldn't have done that. I hypothetically used that you might have a small penis, but I said I also don't know if that's the case, and I might have used the wrong word, like sharking. That was not. That was way wrong word to use, and I'm sorry for that. It's not that I don't like you as a person. It's that as a player, I dislike you with every fiber of my being, and as a tournament organizer, it's horrifying how terrible you are. And now I'm gonna mention an incident that happened in 2011 in Lyngby. And now I was playing Black Wings, and you was playing Agents that it just came out. It was running 3 Earth and all that. But you summon Venus, you make your balls to make Gachi, and you attack. And I go to the calculator, then goes back to my setup and flip compulsory on your Gachi. But you say that we are already in damage step, and I say I didn't press the calculators or anything. The sub steps does exist, you know, but then again you go and confront with Jacob, and Jacob had a little more saying back then. He didn't have anything to say at all in that situation last Saturday, whatsoever. But after some long discussion, you eventually get to where it is the damage step apparently. But okay, that's a lot more incidents like that. But this is one I heard from another person. He was playing you, also at local, and he summons an Exceed. You have no response whatsoever to the Exceed. And he waits like, he thinks about like 10-15 seconds. He summoned it in attack position, and he didn't make any other plays. And then he decides up in his head that the attack position might not have been the best position, so he wants to change it to defense position. But you wouldn't let him, because already he summoned it in attack position, so you can't change that. That's just you as a person. You are just like that when you play. So that makes it even more funny than you want to make the environment at our local so much more friendly, you know? Now I've written on my computer a complaint sheet about you. I've written reasons why I think you shouldn't be an organizer at our local, and I've enlisted other people's more qualified than you. I even inboxed a little message saying if they choose to continue using you as a tournament organizer, even though most of the time we only play unofficial tournaments, you should not be allowed to play in those tournaments. That's it, and I'm a hand it in on Saturday to the people at local. Now this is me being a grown-up about things. If you want to, we can also handle things like men, but it's up to you. Now, you replied in the end of your last video that if I don't like the smell of the bakery, I should just leave and find another. But I'm gonna have this reply for you. I was at that bakery a lot longer before you were, so you can be damn well sure that I will make you leave before I ever leave. Now, if you don't agree with this, hit the dislike button. If you do agree with all that I had to say, and you like the stuff I did, hit the little like button, and also comment. This is open for debate. I would be answering as much as I can, and yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys in the new year, and hopefully on my new channel. See ya.